So what we have today here might look very familiar, but it's actually a different laptop. This is the ASUS ZenBook 14 UX425E. So just like the VivoBook, it just updates the chip to 11th gen. So yeah, let's take a look at it. At first glance, this laptop looks exactly the same like the 10th gen counterpart of this laptop that we reviewed like I think 2-3 months ago. This is exactly the same laptop but with a few minor changes. Number one, what has been changed here is of course the ports on the left side. From Thunderbolt 3, it is now using Thunderbolt 4, two of them actually, and that's pretty much it. The audio jack is still missing from this laptop right here, and they still include the same dongle with ESS Saber codec inside. And the second main difference here is that it has been updated from 10th gen to 11th gen Intel chips. So the one that we have here is actually equipped with the Intel Core i7 1165G7, and it can operate at about 19-20 watts at most. So the performance here is not actually the best when it comes to 11th gen Intel Core i7 chip, but it's still quite formidable. So instead of going through our usual review, because this is practically the same thing, we will show you some gaming footages later on. But first, let me just quickly rehash all of the things that you can expect from this laptop. The screen, the one that we have here is 14-inch version. It is also available in 13-inch as well. 1080p in resolution, 60Hz. Colors look great, and this display is at the brightest setting right now, and it's quite bright. The studio lights is also quite bright, so you can kind of expect this laptop to work quite well under bright sunlight. And the keyboard is also the same as the previous one. Despite having such a thin body, the keyboard feels amazing to type on, and the tactility is amazing. Trackpad, also the same. You've got a number pad, and tracking overall feels good. No problems there. As for the battery, it is still using the same 67 Wh battery. You cannot upgrade anything else other than swapping out the existing 512 gigs SSD, and that's pretty much it. The battery life can last you for about 12 hours or so under balanced power profile. You can set it to silent, and that would presumably give you even more battery life, but at a cost of performance, which is why I recommend you to get the Core i5 instead of the Core i7 of this laptop right here, because the price gap is also quite insane. If you get the Core i5 version, it's priced at what? 3,999 ringgit. Whereas if you get the Core i7 model that we have here, it is priced at 4,699 ringgit. That's a whole whopping 700 ringgit in price difference. And if this laptop is not going to use its full potential anyway, since it's operating at about 20 watts as opposed to the maximum 28 watts, might as well go for the Core i5, because you're just going to scroll Facebook, do some office work and whatnot, maybe Zoom calls. If you have the audio jack for microphone. So I think that's it. We tried a couple of games and this laptop runs more or less as expected, just like the ZenBook Flip S that we reviewed earlier actually, which you can also check it out at the top right corner there. That extra 2 watts or so in terms of maximum operating wattage won't yield that much of a difference anyway, which is again why I recommend you to get the Core i5, because you're not gonna do any gaming on this. So that's it. That's all we have to say about this ASUS ZenBook 14 UX425E with the 11th Gen Core i7 1165G7. Lots of numbers, lots of alphabets. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. We will see you in the next video.